Hi guys, welcome back to another spring cleaning video. Today we're going to be focusing on the cabinet underneath my kitchen island as well as my pantry. My pantry, the last time I cleaned and organized that was last year, believe it or not. So I definitely needed to reorganize that. And my cabinet underneath the island, well, that I really didn't do much since we moved in. So I've been meaning to clean it and reorganize it. So it felt good to check off these two things off my to-do list. So I'm getting there. I'm checking off my to-do list for my spring cleaning. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I'm a little late with them. I know I'm a little behind, but that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. Like I said in my previous video, we can go into the summer and still tackle our cleaning and organizing goals. So this was everything that was inside the cabinets underneath the island. I am not purging anything. I kept everything because I already purged what I wanted to before us moving in. So I just needed to reorganize it. The cabinet, obviously it's low, and I just wanted to rearrange it to where I can have easier access to the things that we use more often, and then maybe put the things we don't use often more towards the back. So I decided to put all the little appliances in this basket just to make it easier. Instead of fishing for the little appliance, I'll just take out the entire basket. We don't really use the waffle maker until fall and winter. They're fall themed and winter themed, so we don't really use that all year round. But we do use the chopper often, and we do use the egg maker as well, or egg cooker. So I put those more towards the front, and that way I'll just have easy access to it when we want to use it. And then I did kind of the same thing on the other side for all my baking items. You'll see how I organize that. And I'm just going to quickly organize this little bin that I had. It was almost like a catch-all for a couple of little baking goodies, like cookie cutters and my goodie bags. I had like seasonal goodie bags. So I'm actually going to switch up this plastic bin. It's kind of old and dingy. I had a newer one on hand, and I'm just going to organize my cookie cutters in the Ziploc bags. I've actually made a couple of videos in the past of how I organize things. I love using Ziploc bags. I feel like they're like the best hack to organize things and keep things nice and neat. I've organized a lot of like ribbon and tissue paper, Christmas cards, scraps of gift wrapping paper. Yeah, I really love using Ziploc bags. So this is going to be a quick little switcheroo of bins and a quick organizing of my baking little goodies, and then we'll just place them underneath. So another tip I have for you is storing your cupcake liners in a glass jar. They not only serve as a great storage piece, but it looks really pretty and decorative too, to kind of mix up all the different cupcake liners. Like I have Christmas ones, Valentine ones, 4th of July. You stack them up and I think they look really pretty. In my old apartment, I didn't have a lot of storage, so I had to leave a lot of things out on the counters that you can see. So this was a neat way to store my cupcake liners, and it looked pretty as decor as well. I did think about putting my cookie cutters in this jar. I don't know if you noticed, I have a lot of cookie cutters, but I just decided to just leave them in the Ziploc bags. But this is how my cabinets turned out. This is how I organized them. I think it's a lot better than what I had. I should have showed you a before, but I put everything that we don't really reach for often on the top shelf, and then the things that we reach for often, obviously, in the bottom shelf. So I feel like everything is nice and neat and clean, and that's exactly what I wanted. Nothing super pretty, but functional. So now we're gonna move on to my pantry. We needed to tackle this. Like I said, it's been a year, so there was a lot of things I needed to clean. Luckily, I didn't have to get rid of too much. Not a lot of things were expired, but definitely needed to reorganize and clean. And I left enough space for, when I go food shopping, I can refill. I'm also going to link for you guys my pantry makeover video from last year. I talk a little bit more about some tips and tricks that I used, and again, a very realistic pantry makeover that I think a lot of people can relate to. So if you're interested, I will link that for you below. try to put it back the way it was. Well, as far as I have everything in sections, all my baking goods, pancake mix, breakfast, rice, my canned goods, my daughter's snacks. We still don't have like a place for our adult beverages, so we're gonna keep them in here for now. I want to try to find a little mini bar cart, but we'll see. And then overflow down here. In here I have some like first aid things and some wax melts and things like that. So everything is all, well, I should say the shelves are clean and organized. Not very, you know, pretty and aesthetic, but good enough for me to see everything that I need and space to fill in. Now I'm just going to mop the floor before I put the carts back in.